together. If the creek, if the creek never bust up until now, the people of Paraty are still underwater. You see, after this time when I went and in a Paraty, no, all of the people when they go up and win that, nobody could access win that. The sea and the pond meet together.
And there's a creek that holds the water. That prevents the water from come out.
Up till now that would have not been fixed because it dump and we're trying to get some engineer to come to check it to see what they can do to it. Because they probably want to go put a bridge right there.
You talk about, all right, so there are some persons we saw on social media recently speaking about the issues there and the fact that they're not leaving and a couple of stuff. I thought about three of persons from Paraty. I saw just about probably 3 or 4 persons on a TVJ clip. Do you know those persons? Are they from Paraty?
What you mean, Stephen? If you know them, I thought some of them they don't come from Paraty, don't live in Paraty.
Oh.
Some of them in the creek don't live in Paraty, you know.
Oh. So how would they be speaking from a position of position of knowledge of the area, the way they have been speaking about it, and they spoke to DJ actually. And you're suggesting that some of those persons are not from Paraty?
You don't realize that majority of the people of Paraty has not come out and mentioned anything to all of the narrative that is going on.
Why?
Because they know better. The people of Paraty are sensible people and they are peacefully waiting on the government and the Prime Minister and the relevant agencies to come and meet with them so the discussion can go along peacefully.
And based on what you're picking up on the ground, what is the mood of the general public in Paraty? Not the few distractors, but the general people. They say they are waiting for the government.
People in Paraty is still going about them livelihood and them business peacefully, chopper. No grumbling, just all of the grumbling what you see those that just found short and media come out and make problem. And all of those are PNP operatives.
Oh, but you're gone deeper now than I thought. You're now saying that those persons are politically motivated in their argument? Nathaniel?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So it's not a genuine case of them venting and saying that they're not leaving and all that stuff. It's just a case where they're touting politics in the whole thing. So let me ask you this, group. Let me ask you this: Is this space habitable? In other words, should government rebuild the houses, the dwellings in the creek?
No, rebuilding dwelling can't take place in a Paraty, chopper.
Say that again?
Some of the people them they need to move, especially those who live up a window. Those people who live up a window and along the coast come down.
Yeah.
They need to move before it's too late. They need to move and put the safety. Life come first.
Yeah.
Yes, they need to move and put safety.
So hold on. Mr. Derek, you're from Paraty? Somebody add this Derek person for me now. Add them. If you can add this Derek person, add him for me. Let me just find out something for me. Because we don't like the people who just hide behind them keyboard and utter things. You must be able to substantiate your argument. Can one of the moderators just add Derek for me? Real quick, let me find out from him. Derek Farbs.
Until you know add Derek, I don't think it is fully politically motivated. I am telling you, Jamaican people, when it comes to land, it is not political. It's not only political, chopper, because you know that a lot of persons there in Jamaica capture land and them don't have the time.
Yes,
so when they hear the government are coming in, everybody get fearful and I just saw it go. We can manage the Paraty thing, chopper, with communication, town hall, and get the buy-in from the people of Paraty. We know them would are willing to move if as long as it work, it makes sense and it work out and it don't look like say you try to undermine them and take the land, and because I just that them believe in their head. Even Labour right believe it is not because me hear from people down the chopper, me tell you, since it's because the government, again, from the Prime Minister spoke about it last year about relocating the people. The lazy councillor, them when at the area, them not keep communicating with the people, them and and make sure you see a touch base with them. After the Prime Minister talk about it again, where they at that right up the people them again, because at first I hear back from it from the Prime Minister say it again. Because the Labour right them on the ground, the councillor them and the community activists and the strong. Because if I was there every day, me put on my flip flop and walk down on the beach, go and chat to people because I love to talk. So anytime anything they want to, they say, boy, Chopper, what have we me? The Prime Minister say, man, move. We are going to say, no. This is what is going to happen, and we communicate. Them only hear things from social media and all type of misinformation from PNP people. Because we now communicate. That's why you see Flight Green have a fly pan live and I talk to them now. So we need to talk to the people.
It shouldn't. The thing is though, and I think sometimes we have to take responsibility too, because it should not be because persons are, carrying on social media or even on traditional media. That should not be the trigger that causes us to, for example, the ministers to be speaking about it. If the government is taking a position on a particular area, like party, the government should sit down, hammer out a position, and put the position forward in a formal way, and it must be communicated to the persons and the people in the area effectively. And sometimes you see this reacting politics hurt the country, because Hurricane Melissa took place from in October last year, and it is sad that so many months after the hurricane, we already know the status of party. So the government policy on party could be communicated effectively to them long ago.
Exactly.
They should be
prepped. Time that they were going to do that.
I'm not talking about
it from last year.
National communication, because a national communication strategy is not effective for persons in party.
Right.
What is effective for persons in party is a local tailored communication strategy that is specific to party, where persons from within the space, trusted individuals, are wired to speak to the people within the space and get the buy-in and get them to understand what the government is saying. I think it is far too long now that every time something like this happens, we wait until a few persons get behind a microphone. When a TV station like a TVJ or the Gleaner heads down into the space in pursuit of viral clips and push the mic in front, some persons who, as Nathaniel said, might not even owners of property within this space, but they get a chance to speak. And whether they are speaking facts or not, their argument is the argument that is going to be on the headline all over Jamaica and all over the world for that matter. Right? So again, we have to look at how we manage communication. How we talk to the people, because we believe that when we write an op-ed in the paper, we have a big post-cabinet press briefing where we talk about the issues, which is good, but it is not sufficient, because the message, what the government planned to do with Black River, what the government planned to do with Parity, what the government planned to do on the South Coast, the general idea is out there.
Yes.
The general argument that the government and the Prime Minister put out is out there in the space. There's no ifs and buts about that. But how do you now take what the government position is, tailor it so it can go specific to the persons within on the South Coast who will be affected?
Right.
That part of the puzzle we as a government need to fix. We have to fix it, and we have to fix it quick. Because it's a problem. It's a problem, you know. Because when you don't fix it, folks, what happens is that the propaganda mill gets into shape and start to move rapidly. And it is not a shortage of facts that we have in Jamaica, you know. There's no shortage of facts. What we have is an abundance of misinformation. When I say misinformation, I mean whole heap of misinformation. And if you know curtail it, it is like a boulder on the top of a mountain. If you don't catch that boulder way up at the top there, and you allow it to pick up momentum and come down the hill, when it reach halfway down, you know, you can't stop it again, you know. And when it lands, it is going to cause problem. And the PNP's propaganda machine is like a boulder on a hill. So we better start catch them argument. There, see Mr. Derek, him gone it seems because he don't want to be challenged on his position on the issue. But I believe that the people of party should be relocated for safety reasons. I don't think that any relocation will take place. I don't think government is going to remove people off lands to facilitate private sector. That's the argument that the PNP is putting out there. And it's not true. It's not true. After this hurricane, it exposed a whole heap of weakness in our building code and the areas that people build. People build on Gully Bank, then build on the beach, they build in some areas that when rain comes, is a problem. And no self-righteous government can sit back and allow the citizens to put themselves at risk. And then when trouble come, we're trying to figure out how do we get food over to the persons in party. We have to fix it, man. We have to fix it.
But Chopper, remember, you know, in a Kingston, you know, the people them where PNP put on the bank out of Harborview, the Gully Bank, when rain fall, them have wash away. And the people them where Philip Powell put down in the Gully Bank, down at back, where place them back bush. Government can't move them, you know, because the PNP don't want them to move because it is vote. So that the PNP, that's the PNP mindset. So yes, we have to communicate because PNP get the buy-in from the people, say government want thief their land, and no matter where they each up on Gully Bank, government, the Andrew Wellness government can't take them off of the Gully Bank. You know that, say PNP say Gully Bank can capture land.
You know that it's a strategy, it's also a strategy of the PNP too, you know. Let me tell you how they do it. If they sit in parliament and get wind that the government is about to develop a particular area, you know that the PNP sometimes organize persons to go into that space and capture. So as to tie the government's hand in paying them or relocating them to places.
Yes.
It's a strategy, you know. Look here. Think about something for a moment. The National Dump, the largest disposable garbage disposal site in Jamaica, is Riverton City. And think about, and I'm not being disrespectful to the people of Riverton because people live and people have to survive, you know, respectfully. But when you develop a housing scheme on the dump at Riverton, I don't know if much thought went into it because when the dump catch fire, it's an issue. Mark you.
Even when it's a smell, what about when it's a smell? Can't have to catch fire? Jesus.
Yes. Riverton is a buzzing business district down there too, you know, and residential area, you know. But it is sad. The conversation as it relates to places like party must be tailored and distributed effectively within the space so that persons can appreciate what the government's position is and not allow the propaganda to cover the ground. Olympic Way, morning, sir. How you do?
I was just tapping the screen because I am here to learn from you and Sister Monche, Madam Speaker, this morning. And you are...
Man.
Yeah, man. The thing is that We have seen this occur, as you and Munchie said, all over Jamaica. Negril is no different. Montego Bay, when you go a White House run at the back part of Montego Bay, it is like a time bomb across the island, especially in the wetland areas. We know a lot of us live off the fishing, the fisherman's thing, but it cannot be that they build their permanent houses there. Helcha Beach is the same thing. It is no different. Something has to be done about it. And we not get to another parity. We not get to another Helcha and all these things. It is a serious issue for the country. And it must be dealt with. You see what I mean?
It is.
That's just my little take on it. Madam Speaker.
Morning Olympic, you're spot on. But we have to manage it, as Chopper said, manage it well, because Jamaican people touchy when it comes to land, because King Charles and him family member never given a land when slavery abolished. People, Michael Manley, tell them to go capture land and go live. So now Andrew Holness is trying to formalize that. He's not going to get really a pushback because the PNP mindset is different from ours. Them believe, say, capture land and live. Our government believe, say, you must not capture land, you must properly formalize, you must have infrastructure in place before you do the building. Totally different mindset and two different government. And we have to try to get the buy-in from the people, because without that, it's not going to work. Parity people, I feel like parity people will come on board with the government Olympic, as long as we make it very clear to them that the beach belongs to the people of Jamaica. The beach will stay as a fishing village. You guys will have access to the beach. You guys can sell enough fish. You guys can boat everything. You just cannot live on the beach because it is dangerous. Once we get the buy-in, we're good. Live on the beach because it is dangerous. Once we get the buy-in, we're good. Live on the
Yeah. Nathaniel, let's jump over. Yeah, Punkus, you're saying something or something?
No. Give me a second, man. Make me clock out from work.
So Chopper, different from parity now. I saw Zulika just put on our page say we broke ground. We broke ground with Matthew Samuda for water project in a Santa Cruz. Where was the councillor when Zulika Arim did it too? Come in a no video and I just message. So I just want to touch base with who down there and then give me the come in like for company social media and bring down him, and then when you're gone, I'm that my style Latino, but we want to get the facts. You know if Chris Williams was there?
Yeah, man. Chris Williams was very much there.
Okay, because Zulika just talked about we broke ground. Zulika just come in less than 7 months. What she could have break ground for? Delroy slowly was the one who advocate for that water. Delroy and Chris Williams. Zulika just come 5 months. What she could have break ground for?
Well, you know, it's called politicking, and you can't knock her.
Me not knock her, me not Delroy, Delroy slowly and Mr. Williams, because I don't see the video with them. I don't see them put out any video of them breaking ground as well.
You see, the other part of the problem that we face, Munchie, is that you have to invest in yourself, right? You have to buy good clothes, you have to buy good cologne, you have to comb your hair, you have to do your nails, all that stuff, right?
Of course.
Because you have to invest in yourself. Now, if you are into politics, you also have to invest in your politics too, right? What Zulika just has done is she has invested heavily, if you ask me, in her political campaign and her political visibility in the space. So she saw it necessary to make sure that wherever she goes, there is, and I'm just trying to set up this thing here. Wherever she goes, there is some level of visibility. She didn't get that for free. None of the publicity that Zulika just doing is free. She paid for it. She invested in it.
So you get that, and you're right.
I'm getting at it to say that our ministers and MPs and councillors and councils caretakers have a responsibility to invest in themselves,
Right.
promote themselves.
Right.
If the PNP can do it, then and they're in opposition, then you can do it. You're in government.
I agree.
Set aside a budget, create a budget. If you don't know how to do it, ask somebody within the space, in the communication space, to create a budget for you so you can maximize your visibility within the political arena. It cannot be that in modern politics today, things are happening in your space and it is not captured, and you're not captured as a part of it.
Exactly.
That to me just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and local government election is coming up, and water is a sore topic in a Santa Cruz, because you know how the middle class in a Santa Cruz feel about not having water. And your government going to do a major water project in your division. And as Zulika just make long video and a long message. I don't see from Delroy slowly me here saying they back on the ground. I don't know where him they make a video and put it out and make it clear that all the hard work that I did in my term is paying off now. The government is finally coming on board now and whatever. That's what slowly supposed to do. Come me positive. I slowly advocate to help advocate for that water. What Zulika just know about Santa Cruz? Zulika just come to Santa Cruz last week. She don't born at Santa Cruz, but she know about Santa Cruz. And then something them upset with me people them, you know.
The problem is, is that also you have to be mindful that Mr. Slowly has not been politically active within the space. Lost an election, and and not everybody understand that politics come with win and loss. You win some, you lose some. Some people take politics very hard. Sometimes you lose an election and it knocks you out of the waters. Because the truth is, Mr. Slowly was one of the seats, Northeast, St. Elizabeth was one of the seats that really and truly should not have returned to the PNP. But again, you have to give credit to Slowly and his team, because what they would have accomplished is transforming a very strong PNP seat into now what anybody could consider a marginal seat.
That is why we should have bounced back and stay with the people. When President Trump lost the 2020 election,
yes.
Chopper. And yes, we know him go on with himself the first couple months. The election was stolen in January 7th. We know all of that. But immediately after that, what did President Trump pivot to? No campaign for the next election. When President Trump started his campaign, the Democrat them say he's going to burn out. It untenable. And he wall out and he turn around and win. They slowly should have stayed on the ground and stayed with the people. I mean, I excuse him like you, so sometimes he can't control myself. And you need to call him and tell him, say, go into the space or left the space permanently. Because Zulika just vulnerable and we can get back that seat, but we need people on the ground. And so, Jimmy, I beg you, call Chris Williams or Chris Brown or Chris Johnson, we don't have Santa Cruz, and ask him, say, if he's tired for win.
Well, let me just give you a little bit of information. So what if I were to tell that I had put in an application to represent Northeast St. Elizabeth?
I would have been very happy. I would have tell Bridget to send one walking shoes to me right now and 2 visor. And come collect my voters list.
So if I were to say that
door to door. Remember me live near, you know?
Yeah, we neighbor.
Yes.
Neighbor. Remember, that's my parish.
I would have come door to door with you.
Well, might be a good idea.
Very good idea.
Might be a good idea. Olympic way so brap. I wonder what that means. You think I have it? You think I have it within me to defeat Zulika Jess?
Of course. When you look at the numbers, Zulika Jess can be beaten.
Well, Dutch is saying I should go run in South St. James. I should go up against what's her name?
Queen of the South.
Queen of the South. Well, I might have a better chance than Homer, because one thing for sure, I am a little bit younger than Homer. I'm chocolate. So I might have a good chance up in the south there, and I'm quite certain that Dutch will come campaign with me too. So it don't look so bad. It look like we have some good support out there, man. What do you say? Northeast St. James better South St. James. Because we fit and ready, Fit and ready. Did I tell her? Well, I mean, I'm going to announce it yet, but not see me when we see me.
We will see if you lose weight when we see you. We don't want to hear from you.
You have to go put MP in front of your name now. Like.
One thing I will tell you though is that if any of the two constituency, or if you can find another one to throw in the mix, decide to elect me as a representative, they would have elected somebody who can deliver good, solid representation.
Yes.
That is what is
Believe that.
And that is what is missing. That is what is missing in some of
Not
the
selfishness, not greed, not ego, none of that. Not, you hear me again, not selfish representation, not greedy representation, not egotistic representation, but solid representation.
If you did have to pick, where you would go? You would go in a stronghold, Labour Right, or PNP, or mutual ground.
Say that one more time.
If you had the choice to choose, you would go in a strong Labour Right, stronghold, PNP, or a mutual ground.
I believe strongly in the mantra that wherever you're planted, you should grow. So if the Prime Minister believes that I am better suited in South St. Andrew or Southwest St. Andrew, and he believes that I have it within me to unseat a Mark Golding, why not?
You think you didn't see what was to say? I joke out the thing now.
More ego. You see your ego get the best of you now.
No, that's not ego.
We could have never seen you go South St. Andrew. When the people don't want nothing. You can't serve them the people, because them people don't want nothing.
Yeah, but you never can
It's going to be hard.
Oh, guys.
You have to realize something, folks. You never can tell. Sometimes.
But the people don't want nothing, Chopper. First of all, as an MP, you're going to want to give them good things. House, road, infrastructure, education, tear down the zinc fence. People might run out of their community. Then people don't want something them love. You can't go there so. You can't go there so.
That's not.
You see, they have problem now, chaps. Make you have fun look wild, but this is a problem.
Yeah,
I refuse to believe that persons within those constituencies don't have a desire to live decent like them. I don't believe that.
You don't have to believe, you can look on the evidence.
There are depressed communities in almost every corner of the world. And Jamaica is no different. But for us to say, boy, those persons prefer to live in a certain manner, I don't want to believe it. But let us keep it at South St. James and keep it at North.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Northeast St. Elizabeth is lacking of representation. I am not happy with what is going on down there now. Zuleika Jess is not performing. She's only crying and complaining every week that she goes to the parliament. No road now fixed, no water, nothing. And I think that if the JLP person, whether it be Slowly, whether it be Chopper, whether it be anybody that is interested in the position, go on the ground now, talk with the people, work with the parish, the municipal corporation. Because sometimes Chopper boy, I don't want to start, because you have to take me off. Because sometimes I wonder if a JLP run the municipal corporation of St. Elizabeth. Because they can do more for help. Somebody take over from me, because I get upset.
Just embarrass ourselves being a part.
When you let me tell you what, Chopper. Garbage collection should not be a problem in St. Elizabeth.
All right. Can I say something to you? We're garbage collection. I come into you 100 live, and I come into you, Kizzy. I see you join. Kizzy, you have a lot of confidence in me, Kizzy thinks that I could be a good representative. But let me say something about garbage collection overall. And this is my view on it from a position of knowledge. meaning I have seen how garbage collection operate within the metropolitan areas, in Montego Bay, in St. Elizabeth, in Kingston, and I have an idea of it. I don't think that it's a how should I put it, resource problem. NSWMA has a very tall budget. I think the problem that NSWMA face in places like, even in St. Elizabeth and in St. James, is a logistics problem. I don't think the persons who manage the assets of the government in terms of garbage collection, I don't think they have utilized logistics at its optimal. I don't think so.
Are they qualified in the position?
Well, let's not even go to qualification, because qualification, again, is also something that you have to look at in a particular way. Because we bought about 150 trucks over the last 5 years, right? And what I'm simply saying is that when those trucks came into the space, we saw garbage collection issue reduce significantly. But after a very short period, you start to get back the complaints about garbage collection being an issue. So I don't think it is a shortage of trucks, and I don't think it's a government resource issue. I personally believe that it is more of a logistics problem, where the persons who are responsible for deploying their assets all over the town to collect garbage, I don't think they have really sat down and map it out in a strategic way and apply proper logistics to it. And let me tell you, I'll take a quick second, Kizzy, I'm coming to you. Let me tell you why I said that. And I'll speak specific to St. James, Montego Bay. A truck goes into a community like Cornwall Court, which is a densely populated community. Cornwall Court is the Portmore of Montego Bay or of St. James. Densely populated. And a truck will make probably 2 trips or probably a single trip for the entire day between picking up the garbage within the space and making the trek all the way to the dump site. It takes about 1 trip. Now, think about the population size and 1 single compactor truck having to go through the community and then make its way to the dump and come back. Sometimes a truck can only make 1 trip because they have to traverse the same space like other vehicles and other commuters. Remember, the overarching problem with St. James is a traffic issue. Thank God that will be fixed soon, because the perimeter road is coming on stream hopefully by the end of this year. But so I have always said, and I don't criticize without having a solution, I've always proposed that you must have a drop-off area. You should create one. And when I mentioned this to some of the persons in authority, the first question they asked me, where? Now, between the communities, let's say in St. James Central, the Salt Spring, the Farm Heights, the Rose Heights, the Cornwall Court, Green Pond, let's say those areas, you create a drop site somewhere with compactor units where you can bring 5 truckload of garbage, dump it in there, compact it, and keep it at temp. That simply means it doesn't become a hazard. And you can keep that garbage in that space for probably 2 days, 3 days. But what that does, it minimizes the truck going all the way to the dump. And you create a drop-off point, and then those big 40-foot, 50-foot compactor is then removed by a tractor trailer and taken to the dump. So what that does, it removes the compactor, the regular compactor trucks. You prevent those trucks from going into the dump. and they're spending more time in the community to move the garbage. So instead of making one trip into a community such as Cornwall Court, you probably make 3 trips. And that would alleviate the problem there. Making 3 trips in Cornwall Court, free up Cornwall Court in terms of garbage collection, and the trucks can move to another community real quick. My idea is to reduce the compactor trucks going all the way to the dump and create drop-off sites, holding sites, where you hold the garbage for 28 to 48 hours and then you move it in bulk to the dump. That is a logistics problem, and that is something that can be easily rectified. But nobody's thinking outside the box. I don't know if the persons who manage garbage collection at the local level have ever been exposed to garbage collection in other countries, for example, in first world countries. I've always said, another recommendation, why not give garbage cans to persons in communities, train them, sensitize them to start garbage separations from within their household. And then that would now reduce the amount of trucks required and the amount of personnel required, because all they need is 1 truck. And the same thing that the Jamaican who live in Cornwall Court, who throw all his or her garbage in 1 trash can, when that same individual go to the United States, you don't have to tell him. Him knows that the plastic goes in the blue one, and him knows that the regular garbage goes into the gray one. Him knows that Monday, him are going to put out regular garbage, and him knows that Friday, him are going to put out recycle. We do it in first world country when we got it. So we can apply the same thing to our own country. So these are some of the things that we need to do logistically to sort of change how garbage collection is managed in Jamaica. Don't know if it makes sense. Don't know if that will solve the problem fully, but it's one of my suggestions. When I complain about it, I have a solution as well. Kizzy,
Chops, good
what's
day.
going on there?
Nothing much. But they just there for tap your screen and listen and learn like Olympic way.
Boy, you have a whole heap of confidence in me. You tell me I would fit very well into politics.
Yes,
Tell me a little bit about it.
because you can do the diplomatic, you can do the beautiful speaking, and just like them, the diplomatic, you know.
So
Have diplomatic language lack.
So does diplomacy me portray. Why don't those assign me to New York since Ambassador Anderson has returned to Jamaica?
You know, you do a very good job. I think you get along well with the big boys in Washington.
You should have sent me up there, man. Let me go and rub shoulders with Donald and the other folks.
Yeah. They eat hors d'oeuvres.
You know what I mean? But I think
Hors d'oeuvres.
I think garbage collection, Munchi, is definitely a problem. But I don't believe that the problem lies at the top. I think the local people, I don't know if they have applied all the strategies. All the strategies.
Chopper, I believe we need to get into more into recycling. I can say that I see where they have a little system down there, collecting plastic bottles, and I know that persons in my neighborhood, they are collecting the plastic bottles. They put them in the bags and stuff, but the collection process is too long. Months. I'm telling you, last January when I was there, like an entire side of my road, we couldn't drive past without the bottles start because it take too long to collect them. No, what is this man's name? He's always on Twitter making a lot of noise. Oh, that man, what's his name again? Lord God, I don't remember now, but he's one of them where always attack a lot of things. I hear that he's the one who is responsible, and I have been asking the entire time why they don't have a schedule. Why why can't they have a schedule and stick to it? Because the people are willing to do their part because I see the collection taking place. So yes, King, thank you very much, Dr. King, him same one.
Always Damian King.
Damian King, yes, I hear that he's the one who is running that recycling business. The same one.
Recycling Partners of Jamaica, yes.
Yes, but they need to it can work, and it could be very, very effective, because I see where Schools are getting on it. They have a lot, even at the Porton primary school. I saw where they have a lot of bottles where they collect, but nobody comes to pick them up on time. So eventually it just becomes another sore eye.
I
Sore.
think they're having some issues, because one of the communities, a community CDC, of which I'm a part, have requested one of the bins, those big bins that they normally distribute for collection, and they have stated that they don't have any more in stock now. So that's another problem too, because
maybe you can apply for that job there, because somebody say I'm leaving. Chapa, me think you do well in that one day.
no, obviously,
And up the recycling projects in Jamaica, because we have a lot of waste.
holy waste, man. Just think about even Riverton City. Just think about, let me give you one product in Jamaica that is so underutilized in terms of recycling. Car tires, truck tires,
Yes.
tires. Think about it.
And
If
you know
we were
them can't rotten, them not rotten, them
we
can't
were
break.
if we were to trap the tires, the waste tires that we have in Jamaica and recycle it, because there's so much you can do with it, And with today's global economy and global space that we exist in, it's not hard to get a company to come in and to utilize them. But again, you have to manage these things properly, because the last time we opened up the scrap metal thing, still going. We had persons going into people's yard, removing their...
Because that is the thing now, abuse always take over because of greed.
Right. So you have to have certain control in place to monitor it. You know?
Big up yourself, Mr. Pang. Mr. Pang, now make me stay in no box for zero. Love you, my Mr. Pang. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
So Chopper.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so I'm go close, so we don't catch the last part. But what you say should be done about the logistic problem where you find, because to me, and this is just my opinion, can you know so me a nice person. When the people of Jamaica want them garbage to be collected on a timely basis and they can't get that done, that is what caused the frustration. Sometimes, you know, people don't want to vote and blah, blah, black sheep. But we can get more middle class people to come out and vote in the local government election if we start collecting garbage, That's a simple thing like garbage collection. If we can fix garbage collection in some of the area them where people very, I will leave light on. When people very, when gone, like somebody call him. When he come back, because I want to fix the problem here, because him say logistic. Yes, Punkus, go until he come back, because the chopper want to hear about the part here. So take it until he come back there. Who not hear? Punkus? Punkus, they said they not hear you. But me I hear him. Who not hear him? Who not hear? They say me. You mute. Who mute? Oh, they say, yeah, you, Pungus, they say audio not good. We're not hearing. I don't know why, but me I hear you clearly.
You need to jump off and jump on back. I may hear you clearly.
Yeah, look, you have to go on and come back and tell about the garbage collection, Punkus. But me I tell you, say, more chopper for come tell me, because me I tell you, say, garbage collection in Jamaica is a serious something. And people so frustrated and so fed up when people hear government announce, say, them buy how much garbage truck. Damn garbage truck. Yes, chopper, me pause till you come. Tell me if you're ready for me now.
Good and gold, man. Good and back.
Yes. So I'm telling you that a lot of persons who live in a certain, everybody in Jamaica concerned about garbage. But like, let me go back to Santa Cruz. When I was doing, when I was canvassing in Santa Cruz and in Braze River, the people, the middle class people, I'm going to say middle class because me I got judge them by their house. They may very well, me I'll judge them based on that. the main issue that they complain about was garbage collection. Garbage collection is a big issue in San, and if you're gonna run on the ticket, that is supposed to be one of the things you put on your list. Garbage collection that need to fix immediately. That is supposed to be one you need to work. You need to work, Chopper, with the municipal corporation. I think they're a failure. I think St. Elizabeth need a brand new mayor. And we need the garbage collection thing sorted out. We need a schedule. Where I am living in central Manchester, every Monday, the garbage truck come at my gate and come pick up my garbage religiously. They not come, they send a message, say they're not coming. We can have that system in place in St. Elizabeth as well. What is preventing that system to work in St. Elizabeth as well? And if they're not doing them work, you need to escalate it to the higher people in the Kingston or somewhere else. But Santa Cruz need a proper garbage collection program, and your mayor, I don't want to feed 100% job. He must work with the NWA. They must work together and sort out the garbage collection in Santa Cruz once and for all. If you're going to run as the MP, that is one of the issues that the people are having: water problem and garbage collection.
All right, so I take your point, but let me ask you this though. Since you already have a sitting MP who has taken up the job to fix those problems, shouldn't we be calling on that particular MP to do her job?
In a St. Elizabeth?
Yes.
No, because here's why. People are going to vote out, Jess. So we don't really want gear and no vote. So make sure stay where she did. When you come in, you tell him, you're going to set up your schedule, and get the buy-in from the people, and say, this is my schedule that I'm going to use to fix the garbage problem, the water problem, the street light problem, the camera problem, and the community relationship with Superintendent Coleridge Minto. Everything's going to be working with you. This is your plan. We're not give
so you're warming me up to take the seat in Northeast.
Then you see, you take the seat, so we are plan with things. We not work with Zulika. We have to vote she out. So we not give she no ideas, Chopper. Come on, why would we give Chopper give Zulika idea if stay in? Or we get rid of her?
Yeah.
Yes, so we have so we have said that is the problem. And I am saying that until you get in the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, Chopper, when you go back down there at the community meeting, because you're part of the community, you need to talk to the mayor and ask him if he's ready for retire, because we need somebody else in a Santa Cruz.
All right. Well, Mayor Solomon.
Yeah, man. Solomon can go on. Him and Gager can take the same train. Because we need new blood in St. Elizabeth.
What do you mean him and Gager must take the same train? What are you talking about?
The retirement train.
But Salah is a young man. Why would you say that?
Yeah, but performance base we're working with. Performance. And we're not impressed with Santa Cruz. We're not impressed. And for the new city in Black River that we're building, we can't have new city with all baggage. We need new everything, new MP, new mayor, and we need working councillors. And when I say the Prime Minister, I'm going to say Prime Minister, the councillors, they need a job description. The councillors in Jamaica need a job description, and we need legislation to the parliament to hold them accountable, or we remove them if they're not doing their work, because we're not happy with both sides of the councillors, both sides, JLP and PNP. We're not happy with them, and we need to hold them accountable and get rid of them. Two choice, but they cannot continue. Yes.
You're here, Kizzy. You're still there? You're here, Madam Speaker.
Still here, I'm in a 100% agreement. I'm tired of the councillor them. I am very much tired of them. I don't see them. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how their allocations go. I don't see the projects that they're doing. I don't see it.
But I don't know if you think you get no support from Kizzy with this. After fear, we're not neither.
We know no councillor. What name so? They're going to run out on an election and make nice and beg vote. And then we see them every now and then. I want comrade bar. I want comrade 9 night with 2 bacla rum. Well, if I that, I then Jabal me can do it. So right. I think it needs to go.
Well, anyhow, another one, the 2025-2026 achievement, the era of transformation and resilience. This was developed by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fishery and Mining. The Honorable Minister
the bad minister, the big bad minister of agriculture.
Papa, you heard what the BOJ governor said about Flight Green? Flight Green really is a big deal, you know. The BOJ, the governor said is agriculture was the one who helped, that was the sector that helped the country with the inflation. Because
Yeah,
the
man, but
sector
remember, you
bounced
know,
back
and this
so
is so,
quick.
that's why I picked this document up
Oh
because
God,
it
me
is
proud of
important.
him.
You see, when our ministers don't do well or they're not impressive according to you, we beat them and we carry on. But when they are doing an excellent job, we have a responsibility to highlight it and amplify it. And Floyd Green, and I'm not amplifying Floyd Green simply because he's a Saint best man like myself. I'm amplifying him because he has done exceptionally well in agriculture. You know, after and I can't leave out Frank Witter either. After the hurricane, you know, everybody was anticipating that prices of produce was going to skyrocket and, you know, we were going to be in trouble. And to be honest with you, I never felt that agriculture prices produce prices went anywhere beyond post or pre-hurricane. A matter of fact, the prices went down so fast that we had an influx in the market. And within a matter of 90 days, 3 months to 4 months, agriculture was back to post-Melissa stage. Produce was in the market. We never had any shortage. Anybody here can recall there was a shortage of any produce at all after the hurricane? There was absolutely no shortage. And for these things, Madam Speaker and everybody else, we have to give credit where credit is due. You have to give credit where credit is due because not very often that we find ministers who actually perform, right? National production and productivity, domestic crop production mounted to what? This is what, 5.7% increase in domestic crop production between 2024 and 2025. 5.7% increase in domestic crop production from 2024 to 2025. That is significant. These are numbers that we have to be proud of. Yeah. $811 million. Yeah. I don't know if anybody saw this document, but you all need to get a copy of it. If you don't have a copy of it, you can't even see it here because this thing is not doing me any justice. But you all need to get a copy of it, Munshi, so you can read it and share the content with your esteemed listeners and viewers. So we move from, and the BOJ again too also, folks. Here's something again that is important. You mentioned the BOJ governor who is on his way out. I think he has little under a couple of months left in office, and then he's going to demit office. So his tenure was a very good one. And sometimes, you know, that's why I said sometimes we have to put aside political tribalism, and we need to resist the temptation sometimes of infusing politics into certain.
But happy nice. The man do good, we are clapping, but that not mean to say if one labor right to get the work, you know, do good neither. Hello? We are grateful for his service and that he put country over politics and did a damn good job, but it was more for his legacy, because if he never do a good job, it reflective for him. He not going in retirement now with a bad record. So we're going to use him as an example now to tell the other comrades who are in good positions, or positions where we can make a difference for the country and in their own life. So if you do a good job, choose Jamaica. We're not about going to X now, we're in the work already. So it come down to your legacy. So we cheer him and we say thank you for serving your country well. But that means if one labor get a job, you do a good job. So let us not even go there and talk about politics. In do it for career. Clap him.
Do it for your country. Round of applause for the former Bank of Jamaica Governor, Richard Byles. Round of applause. He did an excellent job. And I know you're talking about whether a labor writer. Look, let me tell you something. You see, now this political space,
Chapa? Who get them position? Whether labor or PRP, you get in your job. You get a job, you have a good job, you're being paid. You choose a career because you want to do well and you want to go off into your retirement and sit up on your veranda, watch sunset and sunlight and morning time with your grandchildren and be proud of what you have accomplished and your contributions. So these people who are in these positions must remember election come once every 3 years, for 4 years, 5 years, whenever the government call it, right? But when you are in these positions, forget politics, do your best job. And no, sir, until election season again, where you can mark your X and pick your choice, you have no choice. Political appointments in these positions is not good if the person is tribal and political. We could just left it right, that's such a part.
So I'm saying to you that sometimes we have to resist the temptation of infusing politics into certain appointments because it distracts from the actual performance and the objective of the individuals who are being so assigned. In the form of the former Bank of Jamaica governor, I remember when there was a certain element within the space who would be tempted to add politics to his name, and it turns out that he did exceptionally well. If you look at the appointment to the Senate recently of Keith Duncan, again, that speaks to one of the reasons why we have to be very careful how we ascribe political motives to persons, because you don't want a deeper comrade lineage than that of Keith Duncan. But look at his presentation and look at his posture, not just now, but over the last 20 years. He has never exerted his political lineage in the job that he performed. And we have to give, I'm saying this in Munchi and Kizzy and 100 Life. I'm saying this to say that we as warriors for the Jamaica Labour Party and warriors we have to now start visualizing the politics.
Papa, may I ask you one question?
Yes.
Every businessman a businessman, but then every businessman a politician. And then you have politicians who are businessmen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody different. Keith Duncan is a businessman. And him have sense. He's a sensible businessman.
Mark Golin is a businessman.
Mark Golin is a businessman. He is not a politician leader. He's just a charity.
But he have sense.
He is a businessman.
Yes.
He knows that it's very valuable for him to stay in as a leader of opposition. Is a lot of money for no work to come at parliament and chat nonsense. So he will fight for that position more than he will fight to become Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Well, we look forward to see who else is going to be named Bank of Jamaica governor. And we're also looking forward to who will be named the ambassador to the United States. I hope she's a solid representative and will do well for Jamaica. But none of us on social media who harbor that thought, right? Anybody who harbor that thought, I don't think any of us has any solid facts to prove that the gentleman was either JLP or PNP. Would you stop you?
I have solid proof. Me just can't share it unless they want to carry me go court. I will threaten them. I threaten me on a chopper say them will sue me for defamation. Cause me ball out and say lick at.
Anyway, me nah go also with you. The part that me not really, you know.
No, me not carry with me chopper. Cause you afraid of courthouse, but me not afraid.
Well, 11 step, me sis, me pants.
But true me say lick at.
Me lose.
Me say lick at. Nobody people end up on me case.
Me lose 41 pounds. So my suit them fit nicely now.
That means your belly flat now.
Flat like a Willy Penny.
Last time
And we say, tell them me see it.
No,
last
me
time
don't
I
want
see your
that.
belly nearly catch up.
Tell them me see it, chaps. Last time me see your belly.
I am
Your belly look like
I am
your belly look like it eye like Blue Mountain.
I
So
am
come and
proud
tell
to
me see it,
say,
man.
I am proud to say 41 pounds lighter.
The last time
That's
it's very
good.
good, catch up.
And it feels damn good.
Yes, man, keep it up because I don't know what's wrong with you, you know.
Anyway,
That's very full of chopper belly.
enough for me, you know. So
Yes, Chopper. So I was saying that the next governor
yes.
for the Bank of Jamaica, I am trusting that the government is doing a thorough search because they said they're looking internationally and everywhere to get the right candidate that is going to continue to put the country first. Because we have to be careful, you know, because we have PNP come in a white cloth, wrap up and pretend like them put Jamaica first, and then when we get in the job, then take off the white and put on orange, and we don't really want that. So we have to be very careful. I trust the Honorable Favour. She's been quiet and doing her job, so we trust her with that. As it relates to the ambassador job, why the Prime Minister give me that job there? I can apply for it. An application job.
Listen, as I said to you before, I am hoping and I'm trusting that the Prime Minister will name the person to fill the position of Bank of Jamaica governor very soon, and also whichever time he's ready to name her as the ambassador to the United States. I'm hoping that the individual who is named to fill that position, as they have always said, they are ready and willing to do whatever the Prime Minister
We're going to move on
requests
because
of
you
them.
said they and she, and we know we are coming again. We'll move on from
No,
that.
but what I'm saying there, Kizzy, and I know you can read what I'm saying clearly. There's nothing, Travi, that is shady about what I'm saying. I'm simply saying that individuals who have demonstrated the necessary skills to represent Jamaica on the global stage.
Chops. Good morning. Morning, Munchie, Kizzy.
Morning,
100
Chappie.
Live.
Morning,
All
everybody.
the
Morning.
listeners, good morning. I hope you all are having a productive
We're having a
TGIF.
wonderful Friday.
Chops,
with
you're not
Chappie.
going to say it, so let me say it. I have no issues with Lisa Hanna being the ambassador
Sorry, sir?
to the United States. I have no issue.
With
If
who?
Lisa Hanna is appointed,
Lisa is appointed the ambassador.
I have no issue. I have no issue. You know why I wouldn't have an issue with it? If we're going to talk about representation of the highest order, we can expect that from her. If we can expect professionalism and great representation for an entire nation, that's somebody that we can depend on. So I would not have an issue. Let me make that clear.
Stop talking nice, Travi.
Glad somebody
black Travi there. Would I never vote? I would never vote Labour Party again if they appoint Lisa. Are you crazy?
Black people, I have no issues with it. You see, at this, I believe Chapa was saying earlier, we need to move from the political fray and the political tribalism when it comes down to certain appointments.
Not the one.
I'm not saying she's the only candidate or the only person who's able to do it. I'm saying if she's appointed into the position, I would not have an issue with it.
No possibility of that happening.
That lady, she not do no research.
That's my view. I don't know if
remember
anybody.
when she was a part of the parliament and the woman sent out condolences to somebody who never passed away, some high official.
All right. That happened. That happened.
Travi,
And that happened. And you're saying that should disqualify her for the job.
Yes.
Her skills, her
Yes,
ability to
and
communicate.
plastic rice.
Hold on.
Plastic rice and her our poor representation of the constituents that
Alright, so hold on a
that she
second.
was
Hold on a
elected to
second.
represent.
Hold on, gentlefolks.
Can I
All of
respond
that.
to so hold on? Can I respond to what you said just now, Kizzy? Because you asked something about me, could I respond? You go off again. So let me
Yeah, cause
respond.
me I list the things. Cause you go like I want something.
While all of that is on record, I'm asking you, does that make her unfit for the job, or is it her skills that makes her fit for the job? Communication specialist.
Unfit in her skills, everything. Unfit.
And that's your opinion. And that's your opinion. I respect it. I'm able to run you down on it. I'm
Next
saying
you go and go sell
my
her
opinion,
skincare products
my view.
and call it a day.
All right, Kizzy. Me see that it will be an argument. So I said what I said and I'll rest.
Let us move on to a better topic we can work for.
All right, so again, folks, I will leave that part of the debate up to you,
Yes.
but I will say to you that whenever the Prime Minister is ready to name whomever, you see, here's something I want you to listen to. You know, sometimes the Prime Minister make a decision, and I'm not totally sold on the decision itself, but because I am sold on the Prime Minister, I trust his judgment 99.9% of the time. And why have I trusted his judgment so much? It's because I've questioned in the past some of his decisions, and I've always been proven wrong. He has always come out on the right side of history.
Chops, if I may respond to this latest submission by me. You see, this is an argument that I've made to my colleagues repeatedly. That when we are going to learn to trust this man's ability to spot talent. Matthew Samuda was merely a babe. Best water minister. Somebody rival his work for me, please, with any amount of history and lessons of the past that you can bring forward. Dr. Nigel Clark was relatively unknown on the political scene. He was a giant in finances. And him bring him in. And I want to mention lastly, because there are many others, Keith Duncan's appointment. Keith Duncan, chaps, answer me real quick. I want a short, quick, easy question. Would you say that Keith Duncan is more deeply rooted in the PNP than Lisa Anna is?
Of course.
I rest my case.
Yeah, the
Matter of fact,
only
it's the
thing, Merit,
opposite.
the only thing with
If you're
Lisa
talking
Anna
about
is, Chops, the only thing with Lisa Anna is that I don't see the appointment making sense, right? But the only thing, I guess, it going sound stupid is that it going to cause a meltdown in the People's National Party. But otherwise, outside of that, nobody can really sell her to.
Okay, you ready?
She's not going to be sold to anybody, any labor right, with a credible argument. So now go try and you're not going to make sense.
The young ones them, and the ones them who know the thing deeply.
I don't want to see Lisa.
And people like Munchi, who is very tribal.
All right, so let us move on now. Now that we have gotten that out the way,
Yes.
and we await the Prime Minister's announcement on whomever he
But
is
want my
fit.
last word, chaps. Prime Minister can give the whole hospital and every new ribbon cutting near me for Portia Simpson Miller. And he can call over Mark Golding and make him and him be co-leader and co-prime minister and run the country. And Lisa Anna can go to Washington. And Angela Brown Burke can get Desmond Mackenzie job. And who know want to replace Camina? No come and tell me. You know talk nonsense. You're not gonna nobody in Jamaica qualified for do nothing.
Kizzy, that is not one line. I am saying I would not be opposed to the appointment.
The people them down there. So if the PNP never have no use for Lisa, why no one would take up everything? Lisa Anna do her time. She got her chance. Make somebody else. There's a lot of young labor rights and young other Jamaicans who do exceptionally well.
Exactly, and people who have burst into the scene, people who have come.
Lisa going up in her age now, and she gone in a different sector. She gone in the beauty field, and we support her. Mr. the Prime Minister market her product, brand Jamaica, and we all applaud it. We don't need nothing else, and we don't need Lisa and no else. That is enough. Bye. I thank you.
Lisa, we can deter with her career. She come out of politics. If you have make it personal,
You know, so we should
and
go
I
back
do
to